Hello, everybody, and welcome to another episode of Trucker Tools Talks. I'm Matt Silver of Trucker Tools, and today I have a very special guest, Jeff Lantz, the CEO of CL Services. Jeff, welcome to the show.
Hey, thank you, Matt. Glad to be here today, and loving your background of the beach. Wishing I was there.
Thank you. I wish it was actually where I was rather than sitting in my bedroom office. But it keeps us all dreaming of better days ahead.
They are. Yeah, they're coming. No, I was going to say, actually, the days are pretty good now. I think everybody in our industry is loving all this business. So they need to be taking advantage of it while they can.
Absolutely. Score those rates while they're available.
Yeah, that's right.
Jeff, I wanted to talk to you about a few things today. The first thing that comes up, as as new technology providers and solutions are emerging so quickly, it's pretty much impossible for freight brokers to keep up. You definitely know this. I know this from my past. As a broker, how do you develop and execute a strategy to keep your technology capabilities current?
Well, we have a full-time IT staff. I have really 2.5 people on our IT staff, and part of their job is really looking for new technology. So they're perusing the web and surfing for new great ideas or new great technology that we can try and implement into our technology that we use today. So we like to look for small startup companies that are venture capital backed, to using bigger companies like Revenova and you guys as part of that solution. But we're out there looking for anything that can be an addition to help our people gain efficiency out there on the floor.
That's great. I love that you guys are taking a proactive approach to going out and finding technology rather than sitting back like a number of companies do, just being busy in the day-to-day kind of doldrums of the industry and waiting for a solution to fall in their lap.
Right.
Love the approach there. What are the most common brokerage work processes that can benefit from conversion to a digital freight management application?
Well, I think the biggest one is speed. Being able to, I made some notes here on some of your questions, and I think, being able to, how fast can we book the load, get it in the system? How fast can we assign a carrier to that load? How fast can we now get that load processed and billed out? So everything we're looking at really relies on speed, how fast we can make these processes all take place. And so there's a lot of AI technology that's involved with that, because a lot of this documentation or a lot of this stuff has to be read into our system. So we're looking for, whatever's inputted into our systems has to be put in accurately. And we're looking for it to go in accurately without much of the keyboard, eliminating the keyboard, because that's where your inaccuracies come from. So we're looking for anything that revolves around that, the OCR, reading technologies, and everything keeps getting smarter as we move forward. So I hope that answers that, kind of, sort of.
Love it. You actually pointed to one of my favorite quotes by Elon Musk, which is all input is error. And it just, when you have users inputting things, you're waiting for mistakes to happen. Unfortunately, I'm the king of dyslexia when it comes to putting numbers on rate cons and things like that.
Yeah, exactly. Yeah.
You mentioned speed a lot of time. That efficiency in booking, it translates to real dollars. It's actual money. At the end of the year, and all of the time I was in the brokerage world, we would always look at what did it cost us in labor to book each and every load for the past year. That's right. A number that, if you can impact, you're just making more money by not doing anything different, aside from implementing faster technologies.
Yeah, so our goal is really to increase our volume without increasing our headcount. While we are increasing our headcount by sure amounts of volume coming our direction, but at the same time, there is a correlation between that headcount, the volume, and the technology.
That's great. So Jeff, what comes first and how do you set priorities and goals? Where do you start on the tech transformation journey?
We started on this tech journey a long time ago, actually. I'm probably a little bit of a geek on the side. And so technology has always been extremely important to me. Back in the day when people were saying that, everybody would have a computer, I was like, and then you had the people saying, no, that'll never be possible. Everybody won't have a computer. Well, okay, everybody's got a computer. Trust me. Even people sitting in tiki huts in some third world country have a computer. There's cell phones are more readily available than water. So I think that we have to be smart and not bury our head under the pillow and say, that's never going to happen, because, man, it's happening. And it's happening really fast because there's a lot of really smart people out there that have been watching Star Trek and, the beam me up, Scotty's here. So I think that, we have to really stay on top of this technology game and be on the hunt, like I said earlier, perusing for new technologies that are out there, because there are a lot of bright young men and women out there developing this stuff on the front end that, it's amazing. It's like, wow, I didn't know that could be done. And, next thing you know, it's being done. So I think, having companies like yourself involved that are constantly looking for upgrading your technology, we like to partner with companies that are progressive in technology too. I think that that's extremely important, that you choose your partners that are going to be progressive, because a lot of them become stale after a while, or they don't want to make, upgrades to their technology because they're happy with what they have for their clients, and they're just not going to make those changes until they sell out one day, or hope to sell out. But next thing you know, they're laggers instead of leaders. So I think that's really important that, we're looking at that as part of our growth strategy.
Most definitely. Appreciate you sharing that. How do you guys measure the success of what you're doing? How do you validate the expected gains in proficiency, and the savings behind it? We talked about that. If you can save time, you're making money. How do you guys measure this?
Well, for us, technology is a huge cost because we're being very proactive at investing. But if we were to really kind of pare it down, we're looking at, what is the technology really bringing us? Is it increasing our load count? Is it allowing our people to do more? Is it creating more efficiency for them? Is it creating better quality of life for them? That's a huge thing right now for me, because everybody is under so much stress with the amount of freight and volume that's out there in the marketplace. So, quality of life is really important. So it's really important to be selecting technology that's going to allow them to be much more efficient throughout their day, so they're not here into the wee hours of the night, or having to come in the, when the crows or when the roosters start to clock in the morning, right? So, we want to make sure the quality of life is there for our people. And that, to me, is probably one of the most important things about the technology.
I certainly love that you, put the quality of life of your staff first. That's, I think you're probably the second person in freight I've ever heard talk about that. And as somebody who, believe it or not, actually has a degree in recreation from Arizona State University,
okay.
I can appreciate that.
Yeah.
I took a BS class on the theory of play, thinking it was going to be an easy A. And I actually dropped out of business school to pursue a degree in recreation because it has so much more to do with our well-being and that quality of life, having a good work-life balance, having the right tools in your job and your day-to-day actually provide you a better state of being, and it yields happiness. That's why I like to sit here with a smile on my face and have these backgrounds of places I've been fortunate enough to travel. And it all is the reason I do what I do. So I really appreciate you mentioning that. Your staff is definitely lucky to have you as a leader. And I imagine whoever's standing on the other side of your camera is smiling ear to ear because of that opportunity.
Right. So yeah, it's important. I've been in this business for 35 years now, and it can be a very stressful industry. So we want to make sure that our people, we take that stress out of it as much as we can. The word job, I don't like. I don't like the word work. I don't like any of that. So I think that, we come to work, we work hard, we play hard, but at the same time, it's really important that our people come to work with a smile on their face every day and not miserable.
Oh, that's great. And, why is it that continually improving technology platforms are critical, not just to today's operation, the workflow that you've got immediately in front of you, but to your ability to scale, moving forward and keeping costs in check and grow the business?
Well, I think that, you hit the key word there, scale. Technology allows you to scale up faster. So if you land a large account that's going to bring a lot of volume in-house, it allows you to scale to be able to strategize and, attack that. So I think that that's a big piece of the technology to be able to handle the volume and be able to manipulate that.
That's great. And Jeff, last question I've got for you is, how does the right technology improvements enable your brokers to be better? How do they do more to create a sustainable service advantage for your customers?
Well, our technology allows us to be transparent with our customers and our carrier partners. So we have portals that they can all access, and they can see a lot of the information and data that we're manipulating in our system. So that we're creating. I shouldn't say manipulating, creating that data, but that data is available for them to see. So we have, I believe in total transparency with your clients and with your carrier partner vendors. So I think that, that's just part of doing business. And as we grow, we want to make sure that, we have nothing to hide. And we want to make sure that we are a business that is, ethical and treating everybody fair out there. But the technology really allows us to continually scale up and be able to do all of that.
That's great. And I know I told you that was the last question, but I evidently never live up to that. This is going to be watched by a number of people that are your current customers, your current driver base, even current staff, but also future looking, drivers who want to do business with you because they like what you talked about, customers who want to be customers of a company like yours, and also staff that are out there that might be with a different brokerage that are interested in working with you. What is the best way for anybody to contact
you? Contact me? Probably on my cell phone if you really want to get in touch with me.
I don't know if you want to be as bold to put your cell phone number out there.
but that's the best way to get in touch with me. So I'm still a little old fashioned. I like to talk on the phone. But they can email me or text me. So my email is jlantz@clservicesinc.com, and that's spelled LANTZ. And my cell phone number is 678-910-3630. So I deal with our owner operators, working in our owner operator division, running our assets, and so they all have my cell phone number, and we talk to them all the time. So, and then the next best place to get a hold of us is on our website, obviously, and that's at clservicesinc.com. So, but one thing I didn't touch on, though, is technology has also really enhanced our service. So I mentioned, taking care of our vendors, taking care of our customers, taking care of our people. But, I guess I was assuming that, because we have a very high retention rate on all of those parties out there, and that with that retention rate comes service, ultimately. And so I think that it has allowed us to really, amp up our service and really, throw 5 stars up there.
That's awesome. Definitely appreciate what you guys are doing. When we, have touch points with drivers out there, we always hear great things about you. So really appreciate you guys allowing us to be one of your partners. And as always, not just for you, but everybody listening, if there's any way that Trucker Tools can help your business, if there's something that we can develop within our product, we certainly want to hear from you. Welcome to reach out to us anytime. All of my contact is available with these video posts, as well as our general sales team, just sales@truckertools.com or truckertools.com for the website. Will lead you to any of our executive team to make contact. Jeff, really appreciate you joining us today. Hope you and the team have a great week and enjoy the holiday coming up.
Thank you, Matt, and keep being prosponsive.
I appreciate it.
All right. I appreciate it very much.
Thanks, Jeff. Take care.
All right. You too. All righty. Bye.